Hi, my name is Andreas, and I'm a co-founder of Toddle. And first of all, I would like to say welcome to Toddle. Thank you very much for signing up for Toddle and for watching this video. We've been working on Toddle for quite a long time, so we're really excited about sharing it with the community. So Toddle is a no-code tool that we built specifically for creators. We want to build a tool that empowers you to build new and exciting experiences on the web without being restricted in what you can do creatively and without being limited in what you can build in terms of scale and performance. That also means that Toddle is a no-code tool built for professionals, but absolutely anyone can learn it. And that's why we created this video course that takes you through how to use Toddle. So let's take a look at what we're going to cover in the upcoming videos. So we're going to start out by giving you a nice soft introduction to how to get started with Toddle, how to get set up, and then we'll show you around the editor and show you how the different parts work. And then for the first project, we're going to build a simple website showing you how to add content to the website and how to style it to the way you like. And from there, we're going to move on in the videos and learn how to build more complex multi-page applications with rich interactions and dynamic data from APIs. And by the end, we'll even cover things like best practices for picking your no-code stack, as well as how Toddle's collaboration features really helps you when working with a team. Finally, I want to say Toddle is still in beta, so you are probably going to run into some small issues. We really encourage you to join our Discord channel. It's a great place to get help from the community and us, and it's also a really good place to give feedback. And we would love to meet you in there and hang out with you. So welcome to Toddle once again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so get notified when the new videos come out in this series, and have fun. Hi, my name is Andreas. I'm a co-founder of Toddle, and welcome to the first video in our Introduction to Toddle video course. Today, we're going to learn how to create a new project in Toddle, how to create a new branch so we can make changes, and finally, we'll take a tour of the Toddle editor. So I'm here on our website, and I'm already logged in, so I'm going to go ahead and open the Toddle application. You can see here I've got quite a lot of projects because I've been using Toddle for a long time, but I want to create a new project today. So right off the bat, you get to pick between a couple of different templates. These can be a really good way to sort of get a feel of what Toddle can do and how to solve different kind of problems in Toddle. So I highly recommend checking out the templates. Today, we're going to start out with a calculator app. So I'm going to pick, first of all, an emoji for this app. And then I'm going to give it the name of my calculator. And you'll notice it also suggests an ID. And this is where you'll be able to find the live application when it's ready. Right. So now we're on the project details page. This lets us see each project. It lets us click this little preview link and see the actual live site. And it also lets us create branches. And we need to create a new branch in order to actually get started with Toddle and make changes to our project. Let's go and call it starting. That seems like a good enough name. Now, one more thing I want to show is that throughout Toddle, everywhere you go, you'll see this little Learning Center button up in the top right. And if you click that, you'll get more information about whatever it is you're currently working on. So if you're here on the projects page, it'll tell you about creating a new project and getting started, creating new branches. As we go to the editor, you'll see that it'll constantly update. We'll try to suggest helpful information about what you're currently working on. So if you get stuck, if you're unsure about anything, always check out the Learning Center. It'll probably have information about what you need to do. Anyway, we've created our branch. Now let's go and open Toddle's editor. Right. So here we're in Toddle's editor, and I'm going to take you through the UI and the different parts of it, and we're going to start in the top left. So right here, you can see the current project and the current branch I'm on. And if we click this little item up here, we're going to open up the project panel. Now, the project panel shows you everything that you have in your project. So all the pages, all the components, everything that's in your project, you can find in this panel. Right now, we only have a single homepage in it. Next up, we have our left panel. The left panel is everything about this current component we're looking at, or in this case, this current page we're looking at. And right now we're on the home page. And it has two tabs. The first tab will see everything that makes up this page. So all the different elements inside this, we'll be able to see. We can select the different elements. We can even collapse some of them and hide them if we want to do that. Everything that makes up this page, you can be find in this layout panel. The second tab is our data tab. And this is everything about every sort of data, every variable, every API this component or page has access to, you can find and modify here. Later on in this course, as we start building more complex applications, we'll be using the data tab a lot to set up different kinds of data and different kinds of interactions for this component. Next up, we've got the main stage. And the main stage lets you view your application running directly inside Toddle. We can resize the size of the canvas here in the middle to view your application at different sizes. And we can also click directly on the canvas to select different elements. In addition, by holding down Control or Command, you can also zoom in and out, and this can be really useful. You can even hold down space and pan around. This can be really useful for getting those tiny details just right. Next up, we've got our button bar. So the first thing on the bottom bar here is our test button. So right now we're in what we call design mode, where you're essentially selecting elements, you're designing and building your applications. If we click on the text button, instead we'll switch into test mode. And here we can start interacting with our component and see how it works. We can test out that the functionality and everything works the way it should. And we can turn that off again, either by clicking the test button. We can also toggle it with just pressing T. Then we've got some quick shortcuts for switching between different breakpoints. This can be really useful for quickly checking if your application works responsively at different sizes. And finally, we've got undo and redo buttons as well. Down here, we can also see all the active users that are currently working on this branch. So if you're working with other people and you're live editing the same branch at the same time, they'll show up down here in the bottom bar. Right, we're already familiar with our Learning Center, and we notice because we clicked around in the elements over here, this now talks about the different kinds of elements and jumps directly to that kind of information. So if you want to try, and if you're working with in Toddle and there's anything you're not sure about, try giving it a click, and it might update the Learning Center and tell you more about that specific thing that you just interacted with. So it's a really good way as you're getting into Toddle to get unstuck if there's something that's bothering you. Finally, we've got our right panel. And right panel, where the left panel was everything about the current component you've got selected, the right panel is everything about the current element inside that component. So first up, we have the style panel. This lets you style everything, change everything visual about change everything visual about the current element you're working with. We've got the attribute tab. This lets you change different attributes for different elements. This can be really important for things like inputs and image elements that's got a lot of attributes for them to work. And again, we'll cover all of that in detail in later videos. And finally, we've got the events tab. And this allows you to sort of react to user events that are interacting with this element. So for example, in the case of this button, that it'll have a click event. And this lets you define what should happen when this button gets clicked. And again, later on this course, we'll dive into what working with events and workflows and all that, and you'll become an expert in no time. So this was a quick overview of the Toddle editor. We'll be rolling out the rest of these videos as they get made. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to do that now so you'll get notified when the next video is ready. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy Toddle.